I don't know when this video was recorded. The upload was recent. However, this does not appear to be a recent video of Dennis. I recently came across a 1-month-old video of Dennis Cyplenkov, and he does not look anything like this. I am not saying he appears leaner or bigger. I cannot hazard a guess, but he does not look like this for sure. This appears to be a video during the time he pulled Devon Larratt, maybe a week before or after that. Though I cannot be totally sure, but 99% it appears to be an old video of Dennis. And since I do not understand a word of Russian, I cannot say what this video is about. However, Dennis appears quite relaxed and calm in this video. It could be this video was taken over a period of a few months. I see Dennis dancing and inaugurating a store or something like that. However, I do not see what I really wish to see. That is, Dennis working out and some major improvements in him. It has been so many months now. Things have come to a stagnation or a standstill as far as Dennis is concerned. No updates, no news about his future. Videos are being uploaded, but those videos contain absolutely no information about his current state. And since I understand no Russian and there is no translation subtitle, it is impossible to understand what the videos are about. Dennis Cyplenkov has his own personal channel now. Kind of funny. I never thought Dennis would be the person to open a YouTube channel. He had uploaded a video around 2 months back. In that particular video, I saw that he had uploaded some clips from a time when he used to be a real Hulk. That got me thinking about what an absolute monster Dennis used to be. He is the only strongman arm wrestler, I guess. I mean, he also used to take part in some sort of strongman competition. There are videos of him doing workouts like those done in the strongman competitions. Take this clip for instance. He is doing some lift and carry stuff. These are a part of H to Strongman events. You need to lift really heavy weights with both your hands and carry them for a certain distance. The fastest one wins the event. It tests endurance, strength, and fitness. It also tests the grip strength. I guess Dennis had the strongest grip in his time or in all time as far as an arm wrestler is concerned. I ain't sure, but for sure he used to be in the top 3 all time. The major problem Dennis is facing is most probably his hip, along with the still secret illness he suffered after his match with Devon Larratt in 2018 in the top 8 supermatch format tournament. Though we know he suffered internal bleeding from his kidneys, the details of the illness or injury are still not fully known. The reason for the permanent injury to his hip could be due to the enormous weights he used to lift in the cheat barbell curls. Trust me, that version of Dennis is a very ordinary version. That Dennis is no world beater. A great technical arm wrestler, a very strong arm wrestler without a doubt, but nowhere near the phenom Dennis Cyplenkov we got used to seeing till end of 2018. These two arm wrestlers are completely different athletes. From the recent videos of Dennis, it does not seem that Dennis has any scope or any intention or desire to get back where he used to be. Maybe that is not possible, biologically or physiologically anymore. Maybe there are things he is holding back from us. But he does not seem to care about a return in any manner. It is so evident from his body language. And though he is not that old, at 41, he is not getting any younger at least. And to get back to his former shape, it would require a huge amount of effort, dedication, and time from Dennis. And most importantly, it requires a lot of self-motivation and ambition. Does he have the motivation to do that anymore? Is he ambitious about the sport of arm wrestling anymore either? I mean, he has proved everything, broken every record, other than his desire to defeat Levan in this sport. And that dream seems quite impossible as of now. Even for a peak 100% Dennis of the yesteryears, defeating Levan Saginashvili would be an uphill task. Considering the massive improvement Levan is still making in the sport, he keeps getting stronger even now. I am an ardent Dennis fan and would love to see my hero be the numero uno again in the sport. However, that does not seem practically possible anymore. Levan is an impossible milestone to touch, let alone cross as of now. Though many of us still might be in denial mode, especially the ardent fans of Dennis, and they still believe the old Cyplenkov might be back someday, the reality of the situation might be totally different than the great expectations. It does sound kind of sad and a tragic end of a great athlete. What do you all feel about the future return possibility of Dennis Cyplenkov? Some of the old clips of Dennis still brings back fond memories. His battles with the late Andrei Pushkar. These two used to have tough battles. Though I rarely saw Pushkar winning, he always did give a good fight to Dennis. Remember the match Dennis had with Dave Chaffee in 2013? Dennis had reached his peak by that time, and Dave used to be a massive mass monster in the C days. He would hardly lose any match. And Dennis was one of the few who not only matched him in size, but outmassed him, and also was able to take away all the matches from him. Dave is still very much around and is still considered among the top 6 or the top 8 arm wrestlers in the super heavyweight category. But nowadays, Dave hardly wins, and his matches do not bring about the awe and admiration that used to happen in the past. Gone are those good old days. Also, there was this match Dennis had with the 61-year-old Richard Lupkes in the year 2011. That time, Dennis was just getting to his peak. He was this massive guy then, who was slowly on the way to becoming the invincible monster. He was just 28 or 29 that time. He almost lost that match to the old man Lupkes. Boy, what a massive monster Lupkes was. Imagine someone at 350 pounds of solid muscle at 61 or 62 years age. People lose most of their muscle mass during that age and get smaller. But there was no stopping Richard Lupkes. He almost got the better of Dennis. It was a really hard-fought match, and somehow Dennis managed to scrape through, just barely. And then there was this match with Arsen Liliev, another Russian mass monster. Liliev lacked height. He is not short, but shorter than most of the super heavyweight arm wrestlers at around 5 feet 8 or 5 feet 9 inches. But he was indomitable. He had major victories against the world-dominating John Brzenk and Devon Larratt, and was one of the top arm wrestlers of that era. Heard he is also planning on making a comeback of his own. He, like Dennis, is just a shadow of his former self as far as muscle mass is concerned, but he had no injury. The loss of muscle mass was a result of leaving active workout and most probably staying away from the juice. That is just my hunch, the juicing part, haha. It appears a kind of Russian nostalgia making a return to reality, with Arsen Liliev, Alexei Voevoda all making comebacks. However, as we've all seen, comebacks are quite a difficult thing to make happen. It sounds kind of romantic, like a Return of the Dragon story. However, reality is so far hinged from fairy story-like endings. We are kind of drifting from our main discussion. That is about Dennis Cyplenkov. Dennis has also not provided us with any updates about the hip replacement surgery, which he was supposed to have, since Dennis and his mentor said that physiotherapy did not work. Though it has been several months now, we have no news about the surgery. What I feel is that Dennis might not go in for the hip surgery right now, as I don't see any urge in him to make a comeback to competitive arm wrestling anytime soon. Maybe he will play the role of a mentor come coach to the numerous upcoming Russian arm wrestling talents. And we do know that Russia has a huge potential as far as the sport of arm wrestling is concerned. Zaur, Morozov, though Morozov lives in Uzbekistan, he is still a Russian. Then we have David Dadkian, another roughing in a foreign land. We have Zaur, Vitaly Lalatin, and numerous other strong upcoming arm wrestlers with lots of potential. Maybe Dennis will be the one who trains and refines them and does not make a comeback anymore. What is going to happen? Only the future knows. However, for the sake of the sport's popularity, I certainly hope that Dennis will make one last attempt at returning to the sport. Let us keep our fingers crossed, folks.